It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyrone Lowe. I'm your host. The show is called The Legends, and I want to thank everybody all over the world that subscribes to my show and show me love. Without you guys, there wouldn't be no legends, and I probably wouldn't have a show. But in the house of the legends, she's a recording artist. I briefed her just now, and she's very interesting. So in the house of the legends, I bring you Natra-Sin.
Mr. Lowe, thank you so much for having me.
How you doing?
Good, I'm doing well.
Welcome to the Legends.
I'm happy to be here.
So let's talk about you, where you're based from, and things of that nature.
Right, I was born and raised in the Bronx,
Okay.
New York. And I, singer, songwriter, do a little bit of acting.
Okay.
I'm a producer as well.
Okay.
So very, very excited to showcase that.
As far as you being a singer, how did that start for you?
It started at a very young age.
Okay.
I remember just walking around the house, humming and singing.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just continued to do it, and my family was like, "Oh, she doesn't stop, she won't stop." But it's been.
And that's kind of cool
it's
that they really acknowledge you, that they try to actually inspire you as they go along, because they seen
Absolutely.
that there was something in you as far as the craft.
Absolutely. My family is one of my biggest supporters,
Okay.
especially my parents. They come out to almost every show that I do.
Okay.
And since I was little, whatever I had at school, outside of school, they were always there supporting me. And I'm very happy about that.
What type of genre of songs do you actually record?
Right now, I'm leaning in the R&B pop area.
Okay.
But where I feel like my voice excels the most is R&B, jazz. I also do musical theater too.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so very excited to be leaning more to jazz when my first album comes out.
Okay. And being young, I mean, who inspired you to listen to jazz? Because that had to come from somewhere.
It did, it did.
Okay.
So growing up in the house, my grandfather used to put a lot of jazz music, my
Okay.
dad as well. A lot of Nat King Cole, Frank Sinatra, which is where my name is kind of derived from.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so
So
very
you just
exciting.
came up with Natra-Sin. I'm like, that's like Sinatra spelled sideways.
Yeah, it's like a little chopped up. It actually happened at Lehman.
It's like a contraction of a word. You know?
Yeah. My my
Wow.
friend Jesus Pena, he helped me come up with the song with the name
Right.
when we were making a song together. I was like, "What is my artist name gonna be?" He's like, "What do you like?" I
Right.
was like, "Frank Sinatra." He was like, "Natra-Sin." I was like, "Oh, okay."
So you're singing in front of a live audience and you're giving them your energy.
I am.
And what are you looking back from them?
Honestly, I give them my energy, and I see the smiles, I see the love in the crowd. I
Right.
hear it, I feel it, and I'm very comfortable in front of people.
Right.
I feel like I've been talking and singing in front of people my whole life.
Okay.
So, of course, there's always nerves, but it's never anything that would hinder me from
Right.
doing it.
You know, when I see little kids humming and singing and things like that, you know, my grandmother used to say, they got an old soul.
Yes,
They've been here before.
absolutely.
You know, because it's very funny that the reaction that little kids have to music is like they're up and down.
Automatically, it's just bouncing.
Right,
and-
so it's a natural thing,
yeah.
you know. And the acting thing, how did you actually get into that? Now, you said you wanted to, you were getting into theater, and how did you actually come about on doing that?
I started doing that very young. I started in elementary and middle school with singing, more singing, recording. When I got to high school is when I started doing theater because we had a drama club.
Right, okay.
So I was doing musical theater. I did Little Shop of Horrors and
Really?
The Drowsy Chaperone.
Okay.
So much fun to do. And that's how I got into theater. And then I started doing like my own research
Right.
myself. When I got to college, I did multimedia performing arts, concentrating in theater. And now today, I'm proud to say I am a elementary school theater teacher in Brooklyn.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
What part of
so-
Brooklyn?
But Bed-Stuy.
Okay.
Bed-Stuy. So I work in Bed-Stuy with amazing children who are sponges. They are open and they
Okay.
are
And they
welcoming
absorb
and
you.
loving. Yes, they
And that's
absorb
cool.
it.
As far as being a theater artist, who inspired you? I mean, everybody has their, the inspiration as far as their fundamentals in the beginning of the stage of what they really want to do in life. And who actually came across your path?
I would go with one of the greats, William Shakespeare.
Really?
Yeah, in high school we were learning about Shakespeare and we were doing Macbeth and the classic Romeo and Juliet.
That's incredible, man.
I love Romeo and Juliet, and I love the adaptation that they did in 1996 with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite things to watch, and I love the evolution of it over time. So it's a classic, it's something that sticks with me, and that was like my first love for just regular theater, not even musical theater, but just regular theater.
Futuristically, would you want to actually write and direct your own?
Absolutely. It's a lot of work, and I
Right.
feel like someone else who inspires me is Lin-Manuel, and I watched his process when he was making In the Heights,
Okay.
and I was like, wow, this is wonderful. It is a lot of work, but I'm willing to put in that work one day.
Okay. That type of theater, to me, it's like really, really overwhelming to me because that's a different type of acting where you really get to really prove yourself. And not only that, the versatility.
Absolutely.
Do you sing during these performances?
I do. What I struggle with is dance.
Really?
Yeah, I got 2 left feet. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You're a two-stepper.
I am. I go play, so I'm like 1 and 2 and 1.
You'll
and
get
2.
it though. I mean, have you ever had to actually learn some type of choreography in the theater?
Absolutely. When I had a lead role in my senior year of high school for the Drowsy Chaperone, I was the Drowsy Chaperone. So she did have a couple moves that I needed to learn, and I did learn it. It's a little bit like I have to put more effort into it than I would with singing. Singing comes more naturally, acting comes more naturally, and when you're doing that in theater, you have to be very expressive with your face, with your words, and I feel like when I talk
Body chemistry
regularly,
and the whole.
yes,
Yeah.
talking regularly, like I do speak a lot with my hands, and I think that's where it comes from.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you had to go back to something in the back of your life from years ago when you was actually doing this, what would you like to do again?
The Drowsy Chaperone.
Really?
Yes, because it was also based in like the 1920s.
Okay.
And I love the 1920s, like artistically. So I would love to do that. We were wearing flappers and we had the
Right.
little feathers. The music was beautiful. We had a live pianist there
Right.
too. So it was a wonderful thing to put on, a big cast too. So I would love to do that again, especially as an adult now. Like I feel like it'd be wonderful.
Would you say the theater now is a little bit, is it modern or is it a little bit more technical right now in a sense? I mean, from your point of view.
I think both. And I
Really?
think that that's okay. There's certain things that being technical and being in a modern sense is okay. And
Okay.
I genuinely don't mind that. Unless you're talking about like a timepiece, but also I feel like the way that people are envisioning things and kind of recreating it is also beautiful because it gives you a point of view that you probably didn't see.
Right.
Like when it comes to The Wizard of Oz and Wicked.
Right.
In The Wizard of Oz, you see Elphaba as someone who is a villain,
Right.
right? But when you see Wicked and how they have interpreted Elphaba there and her backstory, it's like,
That's all they brought up to speed in a sense.
right, it's like,
Because I seen the
oh.
movie and I was like overwhelmed just by the way they actually characterize the feature of it,
Absolutely.
and compared to the old version of it. That's all they brought it up to speed
Yeah.
and whatnot. So if you had to do a show right now, as far as what's coming out, or let's say what's out right now, what show would that be?
Ooh, that's so hard.
I can see you in Dreamgirls,
Oh, really?
in a sense. Your attitude, you're very aggressive, self-confident,
Thank you.
and to be a Latin sister to actually do Dreamgirls, that would be a plus.
It would be.
And it would be a first.
It would be a first. It would be a plus. What would I do? I think I would also do In the Heights. I feel like I would love to do In the Heights. And I know they had the movie come out a couple years ago.
Right, right.
So that was beautiful to see. What else would I want to do? Actually, and I'm obsessed with this, I'm not gonna lie, The Last of Us, which is coming out, season 2 is coming out.
Okay.
It's not anything theater or like musical, but I love acting just in
Right.
general. I would love to do The Last of Us. Also voice acting, I heard that I would be a good voice actor.
Okay.
So I would love to be an Invincible. That's another thing that came out this year as well, like season 3 came out, so stuff like that. I want to dabble in different things.
That's great. And we're going to take a little break, and we have Natra-Sin in the house, and we'll be right back.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house.
And we're back. My name is Tyrone Lowe. The show is called The Legends, and I'm your host. In the house of the legends, we have Natra-Sin. Natra-Sin!
Hello.
Let's talk about your single. Now, I know you probably have multi-tracks out, but she's going to do a live performance after the show, just to show her skills and her versatility and things of that nature. Yeah. So let's talk about the track that you're going to do today.
Well, it's called Good Time, and it's just about having a good time, especially with somebody who is kind of going through something. I'm thinking of it as like, this is my partner. I know he's going through a lot, but you know what? We're going to have a good time. We're going to put that all in the past. Whatever it is that you're feeling and going through, I'm here for you. And I'm here to show you that we can succeed as a couple and we can have a great time with each other, no matter what, you know, you're going through or what's happening around us.
Was this song based on a life experience of something that really happened?
Slightly.
You didn't get your heart broken, nothing,
Yeah,
did you?
listen, I got my heart broke. What? But it was
It's sort of
based off
like
somebody,
solve the equation in a sense when you're really singing it and expressing it in a sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like any song that I have created and made, I'm expressing it in the way, like I'm feeling what I felt in that moment.
Right.
And I'm trying to express it that way so that the audience and the person listening can hear it that
Did
way.
he hear that song though? You don't know?
I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know.
Okay. So you're charting up to the point where you want to do R&B right now, and why is that?
I feel like R&B works well with my voice.
Okay.
This is more like hip hop R&B, the track that I'm about to do. It's very quick, but I love it, and I think I want to do R&B and jazz because it's what fits me the best.
Right.
You know,
You're comfortable
vocally.
in that area.
Absolutely. Not that I wouldn't want to get out of my comfort zone, but I want to explore my comfort zone first before I get out.
Right.
You know, see how far I can take it before I move on to something else.
And how long have you actually been doing this? You know, as far as following your dream.
My whole life, and I thank my parents for that, because you know I could have grown up with parents who would have rather me do another career path. But they were so encouraging, and they were like, you know, as long as you get your education, I'm okay with whatever you decide to do.
I think they did a very good job with that, as far as, you know, putting that first, because at least you got something else to fall back on, in a sense. And,
Absolutely.
And not only that, God has blessed you to the point where you have a job now where you can actually inspire other kids to be. And this brings us back to you, because you're like, hey, I reached their day today. They made my day.
Yes, every day. And I'm so blessed. Like, Mr. Lowe, I'm actually very blessed with the career path.
You know, to be, when the kids first see you and you just don't even know them and they don't know you, how do you give yourself an introduction to them?
I'm very energetic.
Right.
Not to like a scary point, but just, I want to be warm and inviting.
You get their attention?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially because my youngest age that I teach is 5.
Okay.
So you need to get their attention, or they're just going to be like...
Oh, yeah, they'll be all over the place. Plus, they're very energetic as well.
Absolutely. You know, so definitely just being warm and inviting, and also not a pushover, because you do that and then they'll walk all over you.
Yeah.
But definitely the warm and inviting aspect for sure.
Okay.
Smiling.
And you know, do you feel that society's ready for you right now?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I do, because
I feel that way too because
Really?
you are so sparkling, as far
Oh.
as your energy and your confidence.
Thank you.
And to come from a jazz background and also elevating yourself into another genre, that's telling me that you was actually taking your time. You was actually jumping the gun.
No.
Where some people would say, well, Natra-Sin, I got a track for you. Do you think that you'd be able to correspond with this? And you would say to yourself, well, I don't think that's not me.
I've
you're
done
not
that, yes.
you're not to the point where you're instant gratified as being an artist, because when you shock the world, you want to shock the world with comfortability. Am I right or wrong?
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that, comfortability.
Oh, yes. In what sense?
In the sense of your whole aspect of life, period.
I am authentically myself.
Okay.
And I'm comfortable with myself. And I feel like the people who are meant to be in my life will be okay with that.
Right.
So I am more than happy just being who I am as a person, and whoever sticks with that, sticks with that. And I feel like being comfortable with yourself is key to be able to push yourself forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would you say to the upcoming artists that's starting the craft or trying to be to that point where they're coming to a level? What would you say to them?
First of all, do some breathing exercises, because it is a tough thing in the beginning when you're in front of a crowd or in front of even one person and you're trying to just speak your soul. Singing is speaking your soul, and if you don't breathe properly, it'll come out the wrong way. Like you might, hit a note wrong, or the breath might just get stripped right off of you.
Right.
So definitely take some breathing exercises. Take some singing lessons too. Like that's what I'm trying to get into. I'm self-taught, so I would love to push
When
that
you
forward.
perform, do you ever think about if I might make a mistake, or have you ever done anything like that?
All the time.
How did you do that? Lower your esteem at that point of being on stage, or you just keep it going to the point where you're over it right now?
I keep it going. Like, I will evaluate my performance after my performance.
Right.
During, I'm pushing myself. I'm doing the best that I can, because the voice it does whatever it wants at the end of the day.
Right.
Like you'll wake up one day feeling the best, and then you'll wake up one day like, I'm actually not 100% right now. But no matter what, if you have something you need to do, you got to do it, regardless of what you're feeling, what you're thinking.
Right.
And that all comes afterwards. In the moment, I'm pushing and I'm doing my absolute best that I could.
Okay.
Yeah.
And name some of the places that you actually performed.
So most recently,
Right.
I am a 2-time off-Broadway singer.
Okay.
So I performed at the Triad Theater on West 72nd.
Right. Okay.
It's hosted people. Lady Gaga made her performance debut there,
Okay.
as well as Elizabeth Taylor. A lot of the SNL people have been there too. So happy to have performed there. I've done a bunch of music venues all throughout Manhattan and Brooklyn. So just different open mics as well. I host open mics. I do spoken sounds. That's
Karaoke?
It's not karaoke. It's more like you come and you showcase your stuff. So it could be original. It could be covers. But we do have like a live. We have a DJ there. Everything is live. We have people filming too.
Okay.
For spoken sounds and inspired word, which is inspired word has been going on for 16 years now.
Right.
So I'm happy to host that and be a part of that community. Yeah.
I admire your versatility.
Thank you.
That's a whole lot of work, man.
I sleep is not much of a thing for me, but I do my best.
Okay. So, as an artist, and there's a lot of artists out there, who would you like to actually perform with?
Oh my gosh.
You can name a few.
Yeah.
Might be that you would say that's in your lane, that can actually create the chemistry.
I would love to perform with Billie Eilish, Sabrina Claudio, Tanarel, The Weeknd. I know he just kind of ended that Weeknd phase, but whatever he has coming next, I would love to be a part of. Who else? Alicia Keys.
Really?
I love Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
Who else? Well, all the wonderful people I would love to perform with as well are no longer with us. God bless them.
Okay.
But if they were here, definitely Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald,
Okay.
Nat King Cole.
Got such an old soul.
I do. She's kind of old.
And it's
Billie
kind of
Holiday.
cool. Because me growing up, as a child, we played a series of different types of music.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I still have the records in the 45s from when I was growing up as a child.
Wow.
And I was exposed to a whole lot of music to the point where, you know, I had an addiction for 45s because they had this the spin, you know, the stick, the reel. I love to pile the records on top of it and just put the thing on it and just watch them drop every day, you know. And I was just inspired.
Yeah, I have a record player too. I love my records.
You know, so what are you writing on? What are you working on now?
I'm finishing up my album. It's supposed to come out in June.
Do you have a name for it yet?
I do. It's called Gemini.
Okay. Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. Did the label pick you up, or
No,
you're independent?
Independent. I want to be independent for a while. I want to push myself and learn as much as I can before I decide to be a part of a label.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about the Apollo?
I have, 100%. And I think the
Okay.
Apollo is iconic. I think it's wonderful. And I think that would be like my next step. I have the summer coming up. I don't work over the summers.
Right.
So definitely want to, now that I've done off-Broadway, I would love to push myself towards the Apollo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what's your marketing strategy right now as far as the album's concerned? How do you plan on getting it out there?
Sharing it with as many people as possible.
Okay.
Within my music circle, because I do have a collective that I work with. Social media.
Okay.
Pushing it out on social media as much as I can.
And of course, you're going to start off with a single.
Oh, yes. I have 2 songs out right now.
Okay.
On all platforms, all streaming platforms. One is called God's Design, and it's more of like an Afrobeat kind of vibe.
Okay, great.
And then I have Only for the Night, which is an R&B vibe as well. So
Y'all go out there and get an album, man. Go out there and listen. Support her. You know.
Absolutely.
But to sum it up, you know, it's just been a pleasure to have you on my show. I'd love to have you here again.
I would love to be here again.
You know, but before we go, tell the viewers how can they be in contact with you.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm Natra, Natra _Sin, SIN20 on Instagram. And on my Instagram, I do have a link tree that will link you to my magazine articles. I had 2 magazine articles come out.
Okay.
I also have the link to my singles on all platforms. And that's where you will be up to date and caught up with all things Natra.
Okay. As far as your management, now, management has always seemed to be a very important thing with any artist.
Absolutely.
Have you had any glitches with any management since you've been performing? Or anything?
I actually manage myself right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I, put my material out there, and I've actually been getting people who want to book me.
Right.
You know, so I'm very open with communication, emails, phone, Instagram, you know. So I manage those as well. I am very open to having a manager, but
Okay.
again, I'm trying to learn as much as I can
Right.
before I bring other people into my space.
Okay.
Because I want to know what I'm talking about and what I'm doing and what I'm putting myself in before anybody else tries to do that for me.
So what inspired you to actually say to yourself, I want to know the business? I mean, you wanted to discover yourself to the point that if anybody actually appointed you, you know how to actually handle it in a sense?
Yes. And it's just me and seeing other people's experiences.
Right, okay. You learn from a
know,
lot of experiences.
Absolutely. I believe in learning a lesson and keeping that lesson to yourself.
Okay.
And continuing to hold that with you. You
Okay.
know, the point of learning a lesson is to really learn it
Okay.
and not try to repeat those things.
Let's talk about some current events. What do you got going on as far as performances? What do you got coming up?
I do have a performance.
All right, let's tell the viewers about it.
Absolutely.
Get your support. Come on down, y'all.
Right. So Saturday, April 19th, I have a performance in the Bronx.
Okay.
More details on that on my social media. And then I have a rooftop party that
Really?
I'm planning.
And you know I'm coming, right?
Absolutely.
know
I would
what
be
I'm
offended
saying?
if you didn't.
Definitely. I love it. I mean, I played rooftop parties.
And it's wonderful. It's
It's
Long Island
beautiful. It's a
City.
whole different
Yeah.
vibe of actually, seeing people really having a good time.
Absolutely. I would love for you to be there.
All right,
But
okay.
that will be in June.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing it in Long Island City
Mm-hmm.
at a hotel. And their rooftop is absolutely gorgeous.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so very excited about that. Those are the biggest things that are coming up right now.
Okay. Well, you know what? I thank you so much for being on my show and
you for having me.
sharing yourself to the world. You guys go out there and support her. And like she said, she already told you guys how to contact her. And she's also going to do a live performance after this segment. So you guys tune in. And it's been another T-Lo video production. And you guys stay tuned for another episode.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.
We got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house.
You know I just wanna have a good time. Why you gotta lay it out on me? Leave your problems at a different timeline. Set them free. White shiny lady. I see you staring at me. I know what you want. Focus on the way my body moves. Plan all the things you wanna do. Baby, I know you. I see it in your eyes. You're a bad boy, you're trouble. Need to know you won't fumble. Take the chance with me. Come, baby, see. You know I just wanna have a good time. Why you gotta lay it out on me? Leave your problems at a different timeline. Set them free. I know what you've been through. I know that it's hard. The scars that marked your heart always seems to reappear. Baby, I promise I'll be here. I said it from the start. Let's start brand new. Let me show you what I can do for you. You know I just wanna have a good time. Why you gotta lay it out on me? Leave your problems at a different timeline. Set them free. Thank you, legends. You know I just wanna have a good time. Why you gotta lay it out on me? Leave your problems at a different timeline. Set them free. Thank you so much.
It's not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.